According to the Harvard Business Review, we are living in a VUCA environment of volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. Not only does the community and the country reflect it, but often how we feel internally brings complexity to it. Want to know, what is your mental state? Are you allowing ugly thoughts to corrupt your beautiful mind? Let's talk about how to fix toxic thinking. Oh, I'm mic'd up. Join me and let's mix it up. What's going on, family? How you doing? How you living? How's it going? What's happening? I hope you are doing well. Yes, we're getting ready to have a courageous conversation. I hope you're having a great day in a great way. Please hit the thumbs up button on this conversation. Hit the thumbs up button on this video. Come on, family. Hit the thumbs up button. While you're doing that, you might as well hit the subscribe button as well. That's right. Hit the subscribe button to this channel, our channel for change, our channel that creates change. This is our channel that breaks chains. And you know what we got to do? We got to light it all the way up. Come on, family. Drop some light bulb emojis in the chat. As a matter of fact, drop some light bulb emojis in the chat. We're going to turn it all the way up, family. Yeah, too lit to quit. Let's light it up. We're going to spotlight this particular topic today. Why? Because we are the light of the world. And you know what I want to talk about today? Let's have a courageous conversation of illumination, mind you, on ugly thoughts or a beautiful mind. Yeah, that's what we're going to tackle. That's the topic that we're going to tackle today. Ugly thoughts or a beautiful mind. How to fix toxic thinking. How to fix toxic thinking. And as you know, we've been talking about the mind. Manifestation type of mindset. Mastery mindset. Thinking about what we're thinking about. A metacognitive mindset. Why is that? Because I realize this. If you don't think about your future, you will have nothing when you get there. I have to think about what it is that I'm thinking about, and I also have to be a forward thinker. And hear me, if you don't think about your future, you will have nothing when you get there. And here's the question that I want to pose to you, that I want you to think about. Are my thoughts productive or destructive? Hear me. Are my thoughts productive or destructive? Come on, family, just type beautiful mind. Beautiful mind. I hope you don't mind. Type beautiful mind. The power of a manifestative mindset. The power of mindset mastery. The power of thinking about what it is that I'm thinking about. The power of silencing the critics and the cynics and the skeptics. The power of overcoming emotional snipers and imposter syndrome. And all the people's opinions that become your prison moves you into a place of developing a productive mindset. Why? Because you have a beautiful mind. What does scripture say? Let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus. I have to navigate the thoughts that are in my mind. And I need you to hear me. Just because a bird flies over your head doesn't mean that you have to let it nest in your hair. Let me say that again. Just because a bird flies over your head doesn't mean that you have to let it nest in your hair. Just because a thought comes to your mind doesn't mean you have to allow it to live in your mind. Yeah. It's going to be a lot of thoughts that come to your mind. But hear me, you don't have to let those thoughts that are oftentimes deleterious and negative and now emotional snipers that stifle you and stagnate you and stop you from walking in the power of your future. You don't have to allow that to negate who it is that you are. You have to focus on who it is that you are. And oftentimes, many of our thoughts are negative. You can't go negative on the negative. You got to get rid of that negative stinking thinking. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of God. What am I imagining? Because here's the thing. Whatever you're imagining will dictate how you're living. Do you see yourself making progression? Do you see yourself overcoming negativity? Do you see yourself living through dying places? Do you see yourself bouncing back from a setback? How do you see you? Just because here's what you have to do. You got to put a screen door on your mind. You got to get to the particular place that you are not allowing people's opinions to become your prison. You got to stop overthinking so many things. Woo! Hello? Because many of us were overthinking and we're underproducing. Yeah. Overthinking, underproducing, underdeveloping, underworking, a mindset to where we're underserving. And here it is, even a mindset to where you feel as if you're undeserving. You got to get those thoughts together that are in your head. Because the sad shame is that this year keeps on going. This year's got wings. It keeps on flying by. But you keep getting left behind. You mean you're going to go through another year and have nothing to show for it? They don't want to hear me today. They don't want to hear me today. But you're going to get this word anyway. You mean you're going to let another month go by. You're going to let another week go by. You're going to let another day go by. You're going to let another year go by. With having nothing to show for it. What did you produce? What are you producing? Well, Lord, I just want you to bless me with a purpose partner. I just want to dance through days with my purpose partner. Da, 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 da. The prerequisite for a purpose partner is to first partner with your purpose. You just going to jump the broom over the purpose and just try to partner? It ain't going to last. What are you doing to partner with your purpose? And also, what are you doing to birth the positive thoughts that are in your mind? And hear me, you'll never birth anything that is positive if you only think in negative. Just because it comes to your mind doesn't mean you have to let it live in your mind. Come on, family, type guard your mind. Guard your mind. Guard your mind. Guard your thoughts. Guard the garden of your mind. You got to do it for you. Family, shout out to all the members in our chat. Shout out to all the members who are in our YouTube chat area, of course, with the colorful badges. We're having a very colorful conversation, if I do say so myself. Yes, we are. And this is what I want you to do. You can be a part of this colorful conversation by getting a badge, because you purchasing a badge, you supporting a badge, also now puts you in the place and proximity of being able to be a part of our Connor's Corner content. It's where I coach, where I do some sharing of some empowerment, giving you some inspiration, insight, taking you kind of behind the scenes into what it is that I think about. But life is like behind the scenes for me, what everybody doesn't see. But I'm not posting this on social media. I'm not posting this right here in our YouTube air. It is only for our members. Membership has its privileges. Tap the join button on this channel to unlock any of the 3 tiers. Cheers for 3 tiers. VIP, you're a very important person with a very important purpose. You got royalty, king, queen. Your royalty demands loyalty. And then thirdly, OQP, only quality people. You up with OQP? Yeah, you know me. Come on, family, type OQP. Type VIP. Type royalty. I want you to get any one of those tiers, and you can unlock all of what it is that we have for our members. Family, hit the thumbs up button on this video. Hit the thumbs up button. The type of conversation that we're having right now is why you also need to be a part of our Eagles community. It's where I coach, it's where I teach, it's where I train. It's where I take you to a place within yourself that you can't go by yourself. You need to be a part of an amazing tribe. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Why is that? Because you don't just soar as high as your dream, you soar as high as your team. Join our team. Yep, join our team. Experience the transformation as we increase your ideas, your impact, and your influence. You say, well, how do I go and join? I want to do that right now. Say less. TheEaglesAcademy.com. The link is in our chat. The link is also in the description of this video. TheEaglesAcademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed. You know what? This particular aspect, as we're talking about, and even as I want to delve and dive into it, as we're talking about ugly thoughts or a beautiful mind, how to fix toxic thinking. This take that I'm getting ready to share is as old as time. And really since the Garden of Eden. Notice in Genesis chapter 3, how the enemy played tricks on humanity's mentality. And I need you to understand this. That's what emotional snipers are about. That's why people's opinions, they warp you and become your prison. Psychological pain, emotional incarceration, imposter syndrome. These types of snipers, these things play tricks on your mentality. And the enemy is a 6,000 plus year old psychologist. Notice what he asked Eve in the garden. Did God really say this? And here's the thing. Where was Adam at? Adam, you just standing behind a tree in the distance, just letting this serpent talk to your woman? Or are you actually there? You're not going to open up your mouth. You're not going to give a rebuttal. You're not going to say, hey, not going to take your wife by the hand and say, thanks, but no thanks. We know what the deal is. But no, he played tricks on your mind. He played tricks on humanity's mindset. Did God really say this? Did God really say that you're not supposed to eat of the tree of knowledge of good and evil? Did God really do that? Do you think could it possibly be that God is hiding something from you that he don't want you to become, that he doesn't want you to have, that he doesn't want you to be? Notice how he posed questions for them to question themselves. The first onset of gaslighting was in the garden. Listen, family, you can't make this stuff up. You got to come on. I need you to read between the lines. I need you to see what's going on. I need you to see what's happening here. The emotional snipers that were sent against their mentality. The imposter syndrome. You're already like God, but I want to make you think you're not like God. You already like him. Why? Because you're made in the image of God. Here it is. Whenever you tell yourself what you can't do, what you can't become, what you can't overcome, what you can't recover from, now you start to put yourself in a psychological prison without bars. Hear me. Because you now start talking yourself out of the very nature of what God gave you. And that is, you are made in his image. You have his likeness. Whatever you put your hands to can and will prosper. You have to stop talking yourself out of what God wants you to step into. And too many of us have toxic thoughts. Too many of us are thinking is traumatic. Too many of us have too many ugly thoughts. Wow thoughts. Wow thoughts. Yeah. This is your DJ Khaled Major Key Alert moment. You won't even put in the work. Like Rihanna sang about. But I think that work was spelled differently. W-O-R-K. That's what I'm talking about. You won't even put in the work because you've allowed so many emotional snipers, imposter syndrome, people telling you what you can't do, to pull you away from the vision that God gave you. The enemy wanted humanity to think that they were not like God when they were most like God, through emotional snipers that were sent, sowing seeds of discord, sowing seeds of imposter syndrome. Why? Because his objective was to trick humanity out of its identity. Come on, family, type identity. You have to know who you are, and you'll never know who you are until you know whose you are. You got to know your identity. One of the worst things for you to ever lose is your ID. I know what you're telling me who you are, but I can't see who you are because I can't verify who you are. Woo! Jesus, I know. Paul, I know. But who are you? Many of us, we've lost our identity. We lost our identity in relationships. We lost our identity in cars and clothes and shoes. And we lost our identity through a home foreclosure. We lost our identity because you lost your job. You lost your identity simply because certain people wouldn't deal with you anymore. You lost your identity because you allowed toxic thoughts and traumatic experiences to pervade the parameters of your thinking. You lost your identity because so many emotional snipers have vanquished you, and imposter syndrome has gotten a hold of you, and limited beliefs and sinking thinking that keeps you soaking and sinking. But I speak over your life right now that the beautiful mindset in you, the beautiful thoughts in you are coming through. God is resurrecting. God is restoring. God is refreshing. God is reviving. God is renewing your mindset. Come on, family, type identity. Don't allow the enemy to trick you out of your identity. Can't allow him to. Don't allow the enemy to trick you out of your identity. Don't allow him. You got to get a hold of your mindset. Got to get a hold of your skill set. Got to get a hold of your tool set. Got to understand that you are an asset in any particular and every specific aspect in every environment. Breaking news. I just want to interrupt this regularly scheduled program, this courageous conversation of illumination to bring you this important announcement. Yeah, I got a special message in the midst of this special message. Come on, family. I just need you to stick and stay. More is on the other way. Yeah, more is on the way. More breakthrough is on the other side of this break. After these messages, I guarantee you this. I'll be right back. You know, I realize the only thing constant is change. And family, these are definitely changing times. Politically, socially, mentally, spiritually, and definitely financially. Understand the financial burden that many people are facing. I feel you, and for the first time ever, what I'm doing is I'm offering to match the cost of your investment into our Eagles community. for an exclusive monthly subscription rate of only $24.99, reduced from the original price of $55. Now hear me, family. For the value that you receive, isn't this amazing? I know it is. Because this rate is for all new members. I need you to hear me. It's for all new members, and it also includes our current members as well. Family, I need you to hear me. Our Eagles community is on a mandate and a mission. There is a grace for growth on our community. Even if you are a former member and you desire to rejoin us, we want to welcome you in. I want to reconnect with you as we desire to hit the goal of 30 members. Yeah, we desire to hit our goal of 30 new members. And here's what you can do. You can either invest monthly, you can invest for 6 months, or with an annual plan, depending on which level best fits you. Like I said, I'm looking for 30 new members who will partner with me at the monthly subscription rate of $24.99. Now, I'm telling you, let it be known. Let me make it known on the microphone. I'm telling you right now, when I hit the goal of 30 members, the price will increase. It'll increase to $29.99. Yesterday's price will not be that time's price. I'm increasing the rate from $24.99 to $29.99. And anyone who registers after the goal has reached will only be able to register at the rate of $29.99. Family, I want you to make the decision right now to invest in yourself at this exclusive rate, because the price will increase. I want to coach you. Let me say that again. Let me say it twice because it's also nice. I want to coach you. I want to empower you. I want to mentor you to discover your purpose, to develop your gifts, and then ultimately want to deploy you into your greatness. Listen, I don't want to exclude you. I want to include you. Why? Because we are better together. So go ahead, join us now and soar with us in our Eagles community at theeaglesacademy.com. I can't wait to see your face in our digital space. Yes, y'all. And we don't stop. Come on, family. Heed to these resources that you've heard. Let's get back to the word. We're talking about ugly thoughts or a beautiful mind. How to fix toxic thinking. And as I was mentioning, the enemy wants to trick you out of your identity. Because if he tricks you out of your identity, you'll never manifest the power of the prosperity that God placed inside of you to be a change agent in the world. Because when you think about this, we're living in this VUCA environment, according to the Harvard Business Review. Harvard mentions that we're living in a VUCA environment. What is that? We're dealing with volatility. We're dealing with uncertainty. We're dealing with complexity. We're dealing with ambiguity. It's very volatile out here. It's very uncertain out here. Life has become very, very complex. Very ambiguous type of environment of what it is. And oftentimes, because of what it is that we are seeing and what is manifesting on the outside in our community, in our country, in our world, it affects our world. What we're seeing in the world oftentimes can affect our world, and it brings internal complexity. Yes, it does. It brings internal complexity. And it moves you into a place of internal division. No unity internally. And if we're not focused on our focus, the things that we are focusing on that we should mitigate, deal with, overcome, If we don't watch it, it'll corrupt our beautiful mind. And hear me, when your beautiful mind is corrupted, you don't turn your ideas into impact or influence or income or increase. You don't transform your contacts into contracts. You don't move your mindset beyond where it is that you are to where you can be. It stops the flow because your identity, there's no clarity. There's no clarity in your identity. And I need you to hear me. When it comes to your identity, the enemy's primary weaponry has always been to confuse mankind. It is to confuse mankind of their identity, and this has been going on since antiquity. In Genesis, the enemy did not want Adam and Eve to know their true identity. So this is what he did. He sowed seeds of confusion. He sowed seeds of disruption. He sowed seeds of division. If your mind is specifically tailored to trauma and triggers and trials, here's what will happen. You will never move into the flow of being a disruptive thinker. The enemy conveyed the only reason that God did not want Adam and Eve to eat the fruit is because they would become like gods. That's what he's saying to you. That's what he was saying to humanity. Well, God don't want you to eat the fruit because you're going to become like gods. Here's the thing, you're created in his image. Adam and Eve were already made in the image and the likeness of God. The enemy just didn't want them to realize it. You got all these gifts that are inside of you, but you keep talking about what it is that you don't have, what it is that you won't have. The gifts are staring you right in your face. And the enemy keeps clouding your vision. Because you keep focusing on sight, but you don't focus on insight. And the enemy has always been after the identity of humanity. And if he can confuse you about who you are, then your purpose will remain unfulfilled. Come on, family, just type no confusion. No confusion formed against you shall prosper. I will not be confused about who it is that I am. I will not be confused about my purpose and my plan. I will not be confused. Here's what I will be. I'll be used by God. Listen, you let everybody else use you. Why don't you give God a chance? Other people use you for money. Other people use you to feel like somebody. Other people used you because they were bored. Other people used you just because they wanted some time. Other people used you and didn't contribute to you at all. They made withdrawals and they never made no deposits. Time for you to let God use you. Because here's the thing, when he can use you, he can manifest something in and through you. He can manifest something through you because you got to this place to say, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are worthy, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are of good report, whatsoever things. If there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these things. Come on, family, type think big. Type think big. Family, we're having a super conversation. Drop a super chat. Drop a super sticker. If you're watching us on Facebook, send some Facebook stars. Come on. Super conversation, super chat, super sticker. We're transforming our mindset. You can't allow the enemy to get the victory by stealing your identity. Yeah, he's an identity thief. You can't live your life from a place of identity theft. And too many of us, we're moving into a place of identity theft because we don't know who we are. Now we want to be like somebody else. Because we don't know who we are. Now we want to copy somebody else. Because we don't like how we sound. Now we want to sound like somebody else. Because we don't like how we look. Now we want to look like somebody else. Because we don't like how we dress. Now we want to dress like somebody else. Because we're so insecure about who it is that we are that when you get with somebody, you're intimidated. And whoever you intimidate will be who you eliminate. Nobody can beat you being you. You got to recognize the value that is inside of you. You often imitate it, never duplicate it. If God ever wanted you to be somebody else, he would have created you to be them, but he made you you. He wanted you to be a one of one. You're the only one. Too unique to compete. You're too rare to compare. Your royalty demands loyalty. Not in no place of competition. I'm in a place of collaboration. Why? Because I understand my power and my purpose and my plan and my destiny. Doesn't come from man. Walking in God's purpose, walking in God's plan for your life, here's what it does. It gives you identity protection. Yes, it does. Gives you identity protection. Because here's the thing. When I have identity, I also understand this. I also understand what God's mandate is for my life. And here's what I don't have to do. I don't have to keep calling everybody to ask them, what do they think about this? I don't have to keep asking everybody, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? I don't have to keep looking for everybody else's validation. All I have to do is move into a place of completion. You know what your issue is? You keep asking everybody, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And hear me, now everybody's in your business. And when everybody's in your business, you going out of business. When you focus on everybody else's business, now you going out of business. Focused on her, focused on him, focused on them. Are you focused on him? No. Because ain't none of these folks are going to tell you, well done, thou good and faithful servant. You've been faithful over a few things, enter into thou into the joy of the Lord. I want to make you a ruler over many things. None of them going to have it. None of them going to be able to tell you it. And even if they told you, they don't have the capacity to deliver it. People can advise you, but I need you to hear me. They cannot think for you. I need you to think for yourself. I need you to think big for yourself. I need you to hear me. Take some time throughout the course of your day, each and every single day, to mute the noise around you so that you can hear the voice within you. To power down so you can power up. Yeah, power down your phone, power down your TV, power down your smart devices so that you can think smart, power down your computer, power down the social media so that you can power up your life. Come on, family, type power up. Type power up. Type power up. And the only way to power up is to be empowered. I got to get rid of, I have to discard of toxic thinking. I have to discard of ugly thoughts. And hear me, oftentimes the ugly thoughts that you have about you are about yourself. What daddy didn't do, what mama didn't do, what your ex did, why you didn't have what you had as a kid. You got to transform your thinking. Socrates taught us something. The Greek philosopher Socrates taught us something, and oftentimes we did not learn from a Socratic method. We learned from a sarcastic method. Yeah, we learned from a sarcastic method, but not a Socratic method, credited from the Greek philosopher Socrates. And here's what the Socratic method does. The Socratic method involves a teacher posing thought-provoking questions. Students respond by asking questions of their own. The discussion goes back and forth. And what it does is that it expands your mind beyond what to think into how to think. And for many of us, that's our kryptonite. School taught us what to think. People taught us what to think. Parents taught us what to think. Your ex taught you what to think. But who actually taught you how to think? Well, it's happening here. Yeah. How to think is greater than what to think. Because your mind is about more than just memorization. Your mind is for contemplation of the future. Your mind is to create incredible ideas, to be a disruptive thinker, to be a trendsetter, a trailblazer, a mover, a shaker, a record breaker, a history maker. And in the Socratic method, here's what you're able to do. You're able to juxtapose. You're able to compare and contrast. You're able to evaluate and excavate principles. Why? So that you can formulate a conclusion. It was a great poetic rhetorical genius by the name of Maya Angelou who said, you know what I've learned? I've learned that I still have a lot to learn. Come on, family. Type keep learning. Type keep learning. Yeah, that's what the great Maya Angelou said. Yes, still I rise. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust I rise. That's who I'm talking about. Yeah, that poet laureate. That incredible rhetorical genius mindset. She said, I've learned that I still have a lot to learn. This is what I've learned through the course of my life. Why? Because a know-it-all really knows nothing at all. And the more that I know, the more I realize I don't know. But here's what I do know. I do know that life is a laboratory. I do know that my thoughts are a think tank. I do know that culture is a classroom, and I still have more room to grow and more to know. Come on, family, type master your mind. Master your mind. You will either develop mindset mastery or a mindset that is mastered by misery. I need you to hear me. You will either develop mindset mastery or a mindset that is mastered by misery. Are you hearing me? You will either adopt the mindset of the world or a mindset that is transformed through the word. What am I talking about? The word of God. Too many of us are so focused on the words of other people that the words of other people usurp God's word. Isn't that something? How are you allowing people's words who were created by God to usurp the God who created you? I know you got faith in God, but do you have faith in who God created and made you to be? Hear me. You and I have greatness within us, but for most of us, sadly, that's where it stays. You got greatness within you, but for most of us, that's sadly where it stays within you. It never goes beyond you. Greatness has to flow in you. Greatness has to flow through you. Greatness has to flow out of you. Why? Because you're gifted for greatness. Come on, family, type that. Gifted for greatness. What God gave you is a gift. How you use that gift is a gift back to God. I hope it's not a curse, because a job is what you're paid for, but your calling and your purpose and your gifting is what you're made for. Everybody who I'm talking to, yes, you are a red box and a gold bow. You are a gift to the world. I don't care who may have stepped on you. I don't care who may have hurt you. I don't care who may have hit you close to the bone. I don't care who may have cut you. Here's the thing. You got to recognize that you're gifted for greatness. Doesn't matter how many people try to make you feel like junk. You are a jewel. The tragedy is to be gifted, but to never open your package. The tragedy is to be gifted, but to never even use what is in your package. All of us are gifted. All of us have greatness within us, but sadly, that's where it stays. Not anymore after today. Why? Because you keep treating a page like it's the end of the book. No, you need to flip the page. Give God the pen. Write a new chapter. Something beautiful is coming out of your scars. Something great is coming out of the adversity. What is that coming out of the adversity? New opportunity is coming out of the adversity. Money's coming out of the adversity. Ideas are coming out of the adversity. A testimony is coming out of your adversity. Come on, family, type blessings, blessings. Blessings in you. Blessings are flowing through you. Blessings are your portion. Blessings are your blueprint. Blessings are your benefit. Blessings are moving you into a greater place of outpouring. Why? Because I'm adopting the beautiful mind. I'm adopting the beautiful mind. Let this mind be in you, which is also in Christ Jesus. What is the beautiful mind? The beautiful mind is to not be conformed to this world, but to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. What is the beautiful mind? The beautiful mind is that I'll keep you in perfect peace if you keep your mind stayed on me. What is the beautiful mind? The beautiful mind is to be renewed in the spirit of your mind. What is the beautiful mind? And the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. The beautiful mind is when I set my mind on things that are above. Hear me. When you set your mind on things that are above, you go above your situation. When you set your mind on things that are below, you go right to the situation. You go right low to the situation, if not even below the situation. Come on, it's time to produce positive thoughts, produce the thoughts of God, produce not just good ideas, but produce God ideas. Produce that which overcomes stinking thinking. Produce that which delineates and mitigates and overcomes imposter syndrome. Produce that which makes you of use to overcome psychological pain and emotional incarceration and limited beliefs and stinking thinking that keeps you soaking and sinking and emotional snipers. Time to overcome it. Because when you overcome it, you can become it. You can become the type of person who now creates powerful impact. Why? Because whenever you have a revelation, you can create a revolution. Woo! Hear me. Whenever you have a revelation, you can now create a revolution. And hear me, before the revolution ever is birthed outside, it first begins inside. It's either going to be ugly thoughts or it's going to be a beautiful mind. No toxic thinking formed against you shall prosper. No stinking thinking that keeps you soaking and sinking shall prosper. No negative communication with and to yourself shall prosper. I'm mastering my mindset. I'm capturing the thoughts that are negative, and I'm casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God. Why? Because if it's higher than God, it's too high. Come on, family, type transformed thinking. Transformed thinking. That's what it's about. Adopting transformed thinking. And I am only transformed, I need you to hear me, by the renewing of my mind. Jeremiah said, God said to Jeremiah, I know the thoughts that I think for you, thoughts that are of good and not of evil. We got plans for you to bring you a hope and a future. I come against that spirit of hopelessness. Come against that spirit of worthlessness. Come against that spirit that only keeps you living in your past. There's a hope and there's a future for you. God is transforming the ideas within you. Family, this is a good place to sow. This is a good place to sow. I want you to sow where you grow. I want you to sow where you grow. I want you to sow where you soar. Yeah. Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Transform thinking is what it's all about. Overcoming ugly thoughts and embracing your beautiful mind. Yeah, you're going to fix your stinking thinking that keeps you soaking and seeking. You're going to fix the toxic thinking. Come on, family. I want you to think prosperity. I want you to think peace. I want you to think productivity. I want you to think power. I want you to think positioning. Whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, think it, and if there be any praise, I want you to think on these things. Family, I want you to sow where you sow. I want you to sow where you grow. It's not as a debt that you owe, it is a seed that you sow. The links of where to sow and how to sow are in the chat. The links of where to sow and how to sow are in the description of this video. We've been having a super conversation. Drop a super chat, drop a super sticker. Facebook stars, you can send that. You can sow via Cash App, $access identity, PayPal as well. Zelle, EddieConnorJr, Gmail. I'm believing 30, 60, 100 fold. I'm believing, here it is. The harvest is not on the outside. The harvest is on the inside. And it begins from right here. I need you to hear me. Your future is not only in front of you. Your future is inside of you. And it begins with how you think. Because your thinking dictates your living. Your thinking dictates your loving. Your thinking dictates your relationships. Your thinking dictates your career. Your thinking dictates who it is that you surround yourself with. Your thinking dictates your thoughts of you. As a man thinketh in his heart. Do you understand that heart is just not just what is beating in your chest? Heart is translated into mind. As a man thinketh in his mind, so is he or she. My thinking and my living are interconnected. I want you to sow your seed, and as you're sowing your seed, I want you to name your seed. Maybe you're naming your seed, beautiful mind. Maybe you're naming your seed, beautiful thoughts. Maybe you're naming your seed, ideas, increase, impact, influence. I don't know what you're naming your seed, but I want you to name your seed. And I want to come into agreement that God's going to do 30, 60, 100 fold in your life. Yeah, I'm talking about the exceedingly, the abundantly, the above all that you can ask or even think. But here's what you have to do. You got to think. I want to think the thoughts of God, because his ways are not my ways. His thoughts are not my thoughts. As high as the heavens are above the earth, so are his thoughts higher than mine. Thank you for sowing your seed. Yes, via the super chat, via super sticker. Thank you for sowing your seed electronically. Cash App, $access identity, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr, Gmail. Family, I want us to go beyond where it is that we are here, and I want you to join me in my Eagles community. You need the right teacher. You need the right tribe. Your teacher and your tribe will bring transformation. Why? Because you don't just soar as high as your dream, you soar as high as your team. And one of the greatest gifts that a teacher can give you is not just information, is not just instructions, not just inspiration, but here it is, the aspect of speed. Because speed takes you to your revelation quicker, faster, so that you can be more productive. Why is speed so important? Because whatever they've learned in decades, they can give it to you in days. What took them to learn it in months and in moments, they can give it to you in minutes. What am I talking about? The strategies, the structure, the solutions, the systems. What I love about a system is that it saves yourself time, energy, money. Yeah. That's what it does. Because a lot of us, we don't know what we don't know. You have to identify issues, but you cannot fix what you cannot find. So I want to teach you how to get better at speaking. I want to teach you how to develop your spiritual gifts, your purpose, your emotional intelligence, your relational intelligence, really how to soar into greater success and purpose and maximize your marketplace mandate, because it's on your life. But hear me, you need the right teacher. I want to be your teacher. You need the right tribe. The tribe that I want you to join is our Eagles community. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Tribe of Eagles. Come on, family, drop some eagle emojis in the chat. This is for more than just the curious. This is for those who are serious. It's time to push towards your destiny. Something inside of you is calling you to go further and farther, faster, and to become greater. Stop ignoring it. Put yourself into the environment to become it. Go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. Yeah, theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button. I want you to fill out the form. I guarantee you're going to be transformed. I want to take you to a place within yourself that you can't go by yourself. I want to be your tour guide. I want to be your teacher to help you to navigate the landscape of your gifting, of your calling, of your purpose, of your development, of your ideas, and show you how to put it into motion. theeaglesacademy.com. Join us. It's where we learn, we laugh, we love, and we lead on a greater level. Family, I want you to make sure that you join us in our Eagles community, but also hit the thumbs up button on this live. Come on, family, hit the thumbs up button on this live. It's been all the way live. And don't just hit the thumbs up button on this live, hit the subscribe button. Don't just hit the thumbs up button on this live. Don't just hit the subscribe button, but tap the join button. Yeah, tap the join button. I want you to unlock 3 tiers. Cheers for 3 tiers. VIP, royalty, OQP. Unlock any of those tiers and get access to all of our content in our Coach's Corner, Connor's Corner content, where I'm doing some coaching, where I'm showing behind the scenes exclusive footage, exclusive information, exclusive connection. Join me. All right? Do that. And you'll get a badge as well. Family, did this word speak to your soul? Did it speak to your mind? Yeah. Did this word speak to your mind? I sure hope so. This word speak to your mindset. That's what it's all about. This is our channel for change, our channel that creates change, our channel that breaks chains. And family, here's what it is. In the mix is out of time. But y'all know I'm not out of truth, and so I want to thank you for rocking with me. I want to thank you for riding with me. I want to thank you for rolling with me. Why? Because that's just how we roll. And we do that each and every single weekday, Monday through Friday, for In the Mix, right here on the YouTube side. Make sure that you hit the thumbs up button, like, comment, share, subscribe. Yeah. Be sure to do that. Do all of that. While we're here on the YouTube side, we're also streaming on our sister satellite stations, and you can join us on social media as well. Speaking of social media, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. We don't stop at EddieConnorJr, family, EddieConnorJr. Thank you for putting some respect on my name. If I can help you, if I can serve you in any way, don't hesitate. Please reach out to me. If you're looking for a dynamic speaker, if you're looking for a dynamic speaker, why would you look any further? I'm the man for the job. Invite me to speak at your church, your conference, your community center, your school, your graduation, your college, your session. Let's make some progression. In order to do that, invite me. Email me info@EddieConnor.com. And it would be an honor to be able to empower you. Yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother, And I mean that from another mother. Family has been fun, but you know a brother gotta run. So I want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy beyond measure. But I want you, yes, you, I'm talking to you, to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, brighter. Peace and a whole lot of love. Keep soaring higher. Family, there is power in partnership, and we are better together, which is why I am on a mandated mission to activate 30, yes, 30 new action takers who are ready to soar beyond their limits. I'm ready to develop and deploy you into your gifts and your greatness. Now, are you ready? Well, get activated by joining the Eagles Academy, where we cultivate your gifts and your talents to become the greatest version of yourself. And we do this through weekly mastermind sessions where you receive strategies for exponential growth with self-paced Eagles Nest reflections that include personalized feedback to transform you, to renew your mindset, to empower you to take action and actualize your purpose. Are you an action taker? If so, today I ask you, are you ready to answer the call? Well, great. Then visit theeaglesacademy.com and become a member. For only $24.99, you will unlock unlimited knowledge and resources that will launch you and catapult you into the greatest version of yourself. I invite you to the winner's circle. On your mark, get set, go right now to theeaglesacademy.com and seize this moment.